after last night, you know?
You got to look big.
You want some Gatorade, bro?
Oh shoot, thank you. Yes, I would love some Gatorade.
Crazy. My goodness.
Where we at right now, Brooks?
We got the Laurel Boys and Girls Club, man. My brother and I used to play up here. This brings back a bunch of memories, man. I remember just like weeks, days on end, just being out here hooping, having a good ass time, you know. Bleachers would be lined up with just people, parents, giving everybody
Right.
help. What's going on, guys? Terrell, Coach Rousseau. Just introduce yourselves and what your position is here with the Laurel Boys and Girls Club and the One League as well.
I'm Terrell Willis. I'm the commissioner of the One League.
Adrian Russo, the coach and the president. And just want to say thank you guys for having us. And
No problem.
we're here to do whatever you need.
Sure. And Terrell was just mentioning earlier how Laurel, the city, and this Boys and Girls Club was almost torn down. Almost things were almost ruined. The culture and just this place being an icon. All the history is almost lost. Just talk about things have changed and how things are
Absolutely.
going on.
Yeah, I'd like to start off by saying I came up in the 70s. The same way Terrell has come up, and the same way I'm sure soldiers before us have been a part of this. So we're just trying to keep the tradition going, keeping the kids knowing they have a place to stay and play. And Terrell and my son AJ, who's actually running this league and brought it back, are taking the lead now. So hopefully we're leading by example and they're just following our lead.
For sure. And of course, sports is a big thing here, but what other programs do you have here that are hooking up with these kids?
Well, fortunately, this is it's an all sports league and Boys and Girls Club, but there are outside partners now that have come on board to focus more on the academic side and the just making sure these kids are moving in a positive direction with the climate that we're all living in now.
Terrell, did you grow up, playing around here? You mentioned you moved here from DC, but how big were you here?
Yeah, when I moved, it's kind of crazy, but Coach Russo, when I came, he was an influence in my life. Like, I looked at him as a father figure. He kept me, always would come in here and have me working right here at the table, for literally all day, say I need to be here. And I do it I just was so excited to be here. I do it for nothing, you know what I'm saying? He'll be like, you can go upstairs and get some chicken and fries.
Yeah.
And so, for lunch and dinner. But it meant so much to me to be here. And, he kept me, if you look at it, unfortunately, some of my friends have taken other turns and different life decisions. But a big part for me was my uncle, who is kind of crazy. I found out was actually my blood uncle later on in life, and he was a father figure for so many years of my life. But then we found out he's, my blood uncle. But him keeping me in the gym, making sure I was always, in the gym with my cousin AJ, and just making sure we were here and making sure that we stayed in the court. It showed us how to, be the right, do things the right way and not really, not worry about what's going on outside or what people are doing outside, but enjoy what we have in here. And that's why I think we have so much pride in the Boys and Girls Club, and it means so much to us, is because of what he instilled in us when we were younger. And we were younger, we looked at it like, oh man, we got to go to the gym at 8 in the morning, stay here until 10. But we didn't realize until we're age of now the effect that it had on us and what our friends were doing and what we're doing, and the difference. And it's like now we look back and say, instead of complaining like we got to be here, we say thank you. Just being honest with you. And before anything that we have going on here, the credit goes to him. From when we were younger to now, I always say that, and we always sit there and say thank you. So.
And what did you and AJ play? Just sports?
Basketball. We played basketball here. We played football here. We I mean, that's the main, the main two things we did all the way to high school. I mean, me and AJ played all the way to college. Our athletic careers took us all the way. And, being here, it's like, you look at Laurel and everybody say, oh, it's up, they look at all the other cities and different things like that. But if you look at Laurel, right now we got a good football program. We have a very good basketball program. We have one of the top training programs in here. We got a boxing champion, Damon. He's a boxing champion. He trains right downstairs. He don't train. Professional.
No,
he's a pro and he's a champ. Like fighting on Showtime, all of those things. He trains right downstairs. And it's like all of these things that people don't know about this building, a lot of champions. And I say champions meaning on the court, off the court, on the field, off the field, whatever, started from here.
Yeah. Talk about that training program that you mentioned.
It's Rhythm Dribble is ran by Terrell Adams. His son Jalen Adams just signed with Milwaukee. He is a Milwaukee Bucks. Jalen Adams. He went to St. Bonaventure. He was with the he's up there. He got the Hawks. He was the Hawks for the last 2 years. Now he's with the Milwaukee Bucks. He has a younger son that plays at UConn, plays basketball at UConn. So just look at that pedigree, and they have actually a cousin, Troy, right? That plays for, I think, the Orlando Magic. So just that pedigree, and they have a bunch of kids here that they really, I seen Daryl like in here all day. He leaves for our league on Fridays, just for example. He leaves he has a camp that he does all summer. He leaves at like 6 o'clock, and then he leaves for our league, and then he's back up here by 12 o'clock, training his sons. And he dedicates so much time to train these kids, and the high level of technology that he has, it's like the same things you get at the NBA Combine and NBA training and all of that is here. If you look at this wall and all of these colleges, so
this is like all this
alumni, yep.
Yeah.
Alumni of his program played there at all of those schools. And it's building, it's building.
How does it feel for you to just see all this greatness here, this black excellence really?
Well, to be honest, I'm used to it. It's one of those things that it's being highlighted a little more. But you had Ledbetter that played at Maryland. Gist played here with my team. So we had a Rousseau's crew team that's known all over the place. They may not know us in the beginning, but they know us now.
And they actually defending champs of the one league.
Yeah.
The defending champs.
Yeah.
So I know that before the one league came along, there was a Laurel Boys and Girls Club with the Unlimited League too.
Yeah, it was the Laurel Youth Betterment program, and it was run by the previous president here. And when he left, no one picked the ball up. And that's why I was glad when Terrell and AJ said, Dad, and Unc, we want to try something. We want to do something. So I go out of my way to make sure that two things. One, that it's still competitive and it's still good sportsmanship and everything like that. But also that it gets the guys that used to be with us as kids. They're back. Everybody's back. This is home to them. It's home to me. Going back to what he was saying about Damon, his father was one of the first blacks in here as a youth in the 60s, so, and he's my vice president.
Don't worry about me.
Oh yeah. So what we try to do is lead by example. So if you look over top of my office, I was here years ago as the basketball commissioner, and the athletic director running the programs. And then when things start changing, I took over and we put a new staff in and a new board, and I brought back the people that this building means something to. Meaning Wilbur's older than me, he was here before me. What better person to have as somebody, even though I'm the president and he's the vice president. My son played football, his son played football and basketball and boxing, and now he's a pro boxer, but they're all still close. The net is still close. So Wilbur and I make jokes about when we're gone and sitting in the bleachers, you know, chewing on beef jerky or something whole, you know what I mean? Like old people do. They will be running and picking up the legacy that hopefully we left, you know? So it's just good when we come in here and see this gym packed with kids that actually came up through this club, and they're bringing their kids to see them play, and we're giving them the venue to still play and come back home.
So that family atmosphere is just like the most important.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the friends, they've been friends forever. They grew up together, and they're not gonna let anything or anyone come in here and put a tarnish on what they've been doing for years, you know? So, I don't know if you told them about Kill and some of the others.
He was waiting. He said he's gonna wait to that later.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, let me just preface it with this: like, how did the one? Well, obviously, you know, with the youth leagues like ended, you had to bring up the one league. How did the rest of it come together?
It's kind of funny. Me, AJ, and my one of the other guys with us, Juan. We were down at the Goodman. I had this stat company, and we used to go down to the Goodman every single day and do the stats for the Goodman League. And you know, I do have to. Like we did. It was called Ball Star. That's actually who does our stats, Ball Star. It's like a live stats, you know, company. They got an app, so we do it on the app, and then you go on the website and you can look and see your stats. It's like live, so it's updated. You know, all I do is push save, halftime, quarter, whatever. It's up there. So we did that for a whole summer, and you know, I came back here and I was like, me and AJ used to come in the gym every single day and hoop at nighttime. On Friday, when you know he was at Frostburg, he came back home and we would hoop. And I'm like, yo, like, why don't we have something for that here? We used to always go outside, play in the 8th Street courts. You know, everybody used to come up there. I said, everybody that we know, and me building relationships with people down at the Goodman. I went to Towson, so big, you know, teams up there in Baltimore, people that I knew. I said, why can't we have something here? We're literally in the middle of DC and Baltimore. Why can't we do something here? So, you know, the crazy thing, I went to Juan. I was like, you know, what do you think? And then I called AJ, and I was like, you know, I say that my brother, my cousin, my business partner, everything. Like, you know, we do everything together. And
they fight.
Yeah, I mean, literally fuss and fight. I mean, we always do that. But I called him and I was like, yo, let's do this, bro. Like, what do we have to do to, you know, make it happen? Like, why can't we, you know, I went out to Goodman, I saw everybody, the whole community out there. They would get off of work and come straight up to the Goodman. Like, that was their after the work thing. Very fun. Like, you've been down there. It's a crazy atmosphere. And I said, I want to build that same thing here. You know, they just celebrated, I think, 20 years. And I'm like, yo, we can get to that level where we have something where everybody is talking about the one league. And so I called, you know, the course, we had to come to you know, and present him with an idea. And, you know, to be honest, at the beginning, he was like, we were like, oh, man, he made it tough for us. He didn't make it like, okay, you got it. You know, just get here. You know, it was a lot of things that people don't see on the outside, but behind the scenes that we had to do to make it happen.
Wanting to be over here so bad, but they watch him. I remember when Laurel and AJ used to watch Sterling and some of the other guys, Gist and them, they would look at their shoes and then the way they wore their shorts and the way so I used to have to tell